White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany defended President Trump's comments that some frontline workers were taking the drug, citing various studies. She connected the ingestion of hydroxychloroquine to the right to try legislation President Trump signed in 2018 that allows terminally ill patients access to experimental medical treatments not yet approved by the FDA. Take a look.
As a prophylactic?
Well, there is at Henry Ford Hospital is doing a study on this now where 3,000 frontline workers will be taking hydroxychloroquine to look at its use as a prophylaxis. I believe there's a few hundred or 190 workers in Tampa General Hospital. So this is being used by some. And
there are studies, though. There are trials that are in their early phases. Do you have any evidence that thousands of frontline workers are currently using it because they believe it actually will prevent them from getting
so
COVID-19?
the FDA has approved this for off-label use. You know, this president's a big believer in right to try legislation. People who are on their last. There are several studies that have been brought that the president has actually mentioned that I'd refer you to. There was one out of France, a French study involving more than 1,000 patients that found that the vast majority had, quote, good clinical outcomes, and by the vast majority, that was more than 90%. There was an Italian study of more than 65,000 patients that demonstrated only 20 tested positive of those who were taking it prophylactically, and a South Korea study as well. So there are several studies, and if you're someone out there and this is a safe drug to use and your doctor, importantly to underscore that, and your doctor prescribes it for your use as a prophylaxis or after coming into contact with COVID, then it's something you should take if it's prescribed by the doctor and that's your personal medical choice. Yeah.
The anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine has shown mixed results against the coronavirus in early studies. But a new paper out of New York suggests combining it with the dietary supplement zinc sulfate could create a more effective treatment. Records of about 900 COVID-19 patients were reviewed in the analysis, with roughly half given zinc sulfate along with hydroxychloroquine and the antibiotic azithromycin. The other half only received hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin. Those receiving the triple drug combination had a 1.5 times greater likelihood of recovering enough to be discharged and were 44% less likely to die compared to the double drug combination. It didn't, however, change the average time patients spent in hospital, which is 6 days, the time they spent on the ventilator, 5 days, or the total amount of oxygen required. Hydroxychloroquine has been proposed as a treatment against the SARS-CoV-2 virus because it has antiviral properties that have been proven in lab settings but not in people. It interferes with the virus' ability to enter the cells and also seems to block them from replicating once they are already inside. Zinc itself has antiviral properties, and past research has suggested it may reduce the time people suffer from common colds. Senior investigator and infectious disease specialist Joseph Rahimian said that it may be that when used to treat coronavirus patients, it is the zinc that does the heavy lifting and is the primary substance attacking the pathogen. He also said hydroxychloroquine, on the other hand, acts as an agent that transports the zinc into cells, increasing its efficacy. However, he also cautioned that a controlled experiment would be needed to prove the benefits beyond doubt. The research by the NYU Grossman School of Medicine was posted on a medical preprint site last Monday, meaning it hasn't yet been peer-reviewed.